Hello, hello. Let's fix the camera, as we always need to, and the mic. Sorry this is loud. There we go. Activate. Hi. Back. More power wash. Alright. Of course, the camera froze. 1 second I looked away. Come on. Welcome to the first 5 minutes of my stream every time. Not to be confused with the middle 5 minutes of my stream every time. Are you immediately free? Oh, is everything frozen? Good. There we go. Camera looks frozen. It is frozen. So now the green light is on the camera perpetually. What is going on with you? Alright, I need to pull the plug. Give me a second, folks. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, that works. Kind of works. Come on. I'm sick of having to play this game every checking time. And we're not swearing. Every cursed time. Alright. So, as a reminder of where we are, this is the lawyer who, went against the mayor the first time around. Hey, Libs, welcome on in the first game, and then when the mayor escaped his clutches, he gave up, essentially. So we are cleaning his house. Can I? Will you behave when we do this? How are things going in your world, Libs? I realize I don't talk to... Oh, Jesus, my camera again. I realize I don't talk to YouTube comment people. YouTube comment people, hi. How are you doing? I know it's weird for me to talk to you this early on in the stream. But, you know, how you doing? You know, you doing anything fun? Comment down below. Not bad. Catching up on work for meetings tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta do some contracted work after the stream, because my brain missed some time last week because of my brain exploded. Very fair. My brain has also been exploding. I don't think I've done more than sleep with my hair up for the past week and a half. It just feels better to keep the hair down. The weather has been going crazy. Barometric pressure changes are big. Okay, we're up to 5 minutes. Bitch! Yeah, yes, they are. Harper Shaw, hey. Xavion Sage, it's an honor. We just want to make sure that we're fine being here today. Very fair, yes. Oh, Xavion's talking back. Well, I'll admit, when you first started working, I was tempted to open a window, holler Pearson versus Kinski, 1975, at you, and get you escorted from the premises. But actually, I'm quite enjoying the ambiance. Hey! Xavion likes the ambiance on my stream. Likes two. Okay. My brain did the math wrong on that immediately. I was like, hey. Oh, wait a minute. No. She's including herself. But yes. Working from home life, it sounds great until it isn't. Actually missed the long drives to the office. They're peaceful. Hey, I mean, here's the thing. If I could drive without having a panic attack, especially with the frequency of which I listen to audiobooks now, like when I'm trying to unwind, I would actually, really do enjoy that. Also, to add to the frustration that is Clock's life, no, it's not a frustration. I completely understand why he's doing it. I'm mad it's happening. Brandon Sanderson has finished the first book of the next trilogy he's writing. We will not get this book until December of 2028, because he's going to wait until he writes the entire trilogy before he releases them, so that he can, if need be, go back and seed through foretelling things and make sure it's all consistent and all that fun stuff. I absolutely get why he's doing that, but knowing that the first book is out or is completed, I want it. I don't have a problem. I do have a problem. I have a sickness in memory. Oh, sorry. The mango thread of that was I'm currently re-listening to the audiobooks of Mistborn in anticipation of running the Mistborn RPG later on this year. Later on this year / whenever my current GM finishes up her campaign. No. Here's the thing. If just remind me of the Stormlight Archive on Audible. Nice, yeah, absolutely. Michael Kramer and Catherine Redding. But yeah, sorry. I've been re-listening to Mistborn, and I'm almost done with book 2 of the first trilogy, and it is God, I love Mistborn was my very first Sanderson read. And I have not gone back since. I haven't reread these books since. It is so good to knowing what I know now about his worlds and everything. It's so fun to see them now. But yeah. No, I know about Midnight Sun and that crazy. Part of me still thinks she leaked it herself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm slightly evil about that. From all the controversy, I have not read any of the books. I will fully admit this. So I don't know if anything like that is happening, but there was just okay. Stream just took a little ahead of it. There was a bunch of coincidental things that a bunch of people pointed out that made me think that she leaked it herself in order to get out of writing it. Hey, new jobs available. Jeff Jefferson the 13th, you can go fuck yourself. Dirt Finder, our mutual cleanup of the county continues apace. How soon can you get to Recreation Ground? Is that a fucking blimp? Gotta start over with Stormlight. I've forgotten everything. Not that I'm complaining. I want to read. I mean, that is very fair. I will say, if you have free Audible credit, I don't know if they're on Audible. But I mean, the Mistborn I know is on Audible. But I'm not sure where Tress of the Emerald Sea ended up. I always recommend it. I've recommended it 5 million times on the stream. I will keep on talking about it. Tress of the Emerald Sea was written by Brandon Sanderson when him and his wife were watching Princess Bride. So when he got, well, not, okay, he works fast. He doesn't work that fast. He got the idea when discussing Princess Bride with his wife. And so it's a fantastic book. It's a great starter if you are new to Sanderson. I recommend it. But yeah, Stormlight Archive will always be my favorite series. It's one of those things of after binging Stormlight for so long, both when I was initially reading it and now that it ended up the end of, not last year but the year before, with Wind and Truth. It's worth checking Libro.fm. It's the audiobook branch of the Alliance of Independent. Nice. Yeah. So it might be there. So all I know is that when Sanderson was doing his year of Sanderson, where he released the secret projects, the stuff that he accidentally wrote because he had too much free time. Tress is one of those stories, but he was also getting mad at how little Audible was paying its audiobook readers. So, or audiobook narrators. So it was, so he deliberately did not put it there. I'm not sure where they ended up. I think you might even be able to buy them from his Dragonsteel store, which, by the way, it's the 19th, so tomorrow the Dragonsteel stuff goes online from Dragonsteel Nexus, and I gotta check it out. Spoiler, Amazon is basically. Hey, as someone who was an Audible narrator for all of 2 books, both of which are terrible, I 100% agree. And also, I think I got paid like 13 cents. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the fun parts first. But yeah, no. If people are looking to get into the Cosmere, I always recommend Tress of the Emerald Sea. I know there's a TikTok bundle that is, I think, Tress of the Emerald Sea, Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, and the first book of Mistborn. Is that one of my go-tos in the Kindle and the problem? I mean, here's the thing. Like, heck, I'm on Twitch. Twitch is currently the main thing that pays me right now. I am also the problem. Heavily relying on Amazon. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing. But yeah, no. I know there's a TikTok bundle for starting to start the Cosmere, and it's Tress of the Emerald Sea, Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, and the first Mistborn book, which is the Final Empire. Which, calling the first Mistborn book the Final Empire is one of the things Brandon kicks himself over. I will also admit, so the second book in Stormlight Archive, I can't stop talking about the Cosmere, folks. It's just not a thing. It's almost like the problem is the system that gives us little to no choice. Yeah, basically. In the Stormlight Archive, every book title, like The Way of Kings and Oathbringer and Rhythm of War and everything like that, is also the title of a book in universe. And so the first book that's released is 1,001 pages long. That's The Way of Kings. And they hint at what the next book is going to be at the end of it. And it's called The Book of Endless Pages. And Brandon writes that in and submits it, and it gets published. And then his publisher is like, Brandon, you can't have a book that's over 1,000 pages called The Book of Endless Pages. No one is going to freaking read this. So that's why he changed it to Words of Radiance. and then in the second book immediately had the character who got the Book of Endless Page lose that book and get the Words of Radiance book as a replacement, which I find hilarious. Gotta go start dinner. Alright, thank you for the lurk. But yes, one of the big things I will say that I love about Stormlight Archive in specifically and the Cosmere in general is that the references to people with like mental health problems. Like the main characters of the Stormlight Archive, one has a DID system, one has like chronic depression, another one is on the spectrum, like, and somebody asked him, because they just released a Q&A from the last Dragon's Den Nexus, his whatchamacallit, his convention, and someone asked him, was like, you know, why does this happen? Yeah, one is Kaladin. Kaladin is absolutely chronic depression. What asked him like why there's such a preference of that, and one of the things he said, which was great, is like, I have people in my life who have these mental illnesses, or you know, these mental problems, and then every time they read a book that includes them, the book is about that, and I wanted to give them a book that includes them that isn't just purely about this one thing that they're going through. That's such a fantastic way. And like the idea that like your soul has to be cracked a little bit to let the magic in is such a fantastic, like, fun concept of this is why the broken people are the ones who are going to save us. Hey, Xavion. It also helps that I can also detect from the manner in which you cleaned the first 49% of my house that you intend to do a thorough job. Hey! That is a fun little quirk, where they're like, hey, we can make this precise character have a precise thing. But yeah, hell, and I'll reference this again. I haven't referenced it since the new year. As a reminder, Brandon Sanderson is offering, for those who need it, for free, the Next Step coin, which is a challenge coin that you can keep in your pocket and have a constant remembrance, like feel the weight. It's got 2 quotes from the Stormlight Archive on it, both of which are dealing with mental health. One side has the suicide prevention hotline number on it, and the other one has a QR code for a bunch of mental health services. Like, and he's offering this for free, and with also the understanding of, hey, I recognize a lot of people that don't need one will probably want one because these are, they're Sanderson things. In that case, here's a link to buy them, and all the proceeds from you buying them are going to be going to make more free ones. And that is, it's such a, I love it. It's the little things. Phone buzz. It is me going live. That's why. So if we maintain enough people, we'll probably stream out the blue. As long as they're still streaming. Oh, other fun things to talk about. Fragging Unicorn Games, the people who wrote Subversion, of which I'm one of the writers. I have a writing credit on that RPG. Is going to do another Kickstarter soon. So keep a watch out for that. I'm sure I'll talk about it. More when it actually goes live. It's going to be basically for more books in the Subversion RPG system. I may have written some stuff for this one too. There's one thing so far, maybe more. Who knows? It's definitely something to check out. And if you're interested in getting to know the world of Subversion, James Fulmer, one of the other writers, and a good friend of mine, writes the Radio Free Neo Babylon podcast, of which I am the voice. I am Diogenes the Yeti. After he messes with my voice and down pitches it and slows me down in certain sections. So it sounds very weird to hear my own mannerisms come out of a voice that is not my own. But it's a lot of fun. They're really good messages, and there are times where I just read, like he sends me the script and I just read it and have to sit there for a moment. So I recommend listening to those. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you go into the description of the video, as long as you're in my later videos, I didn't start doing it until recently, you should have a link to all the episodes of Radio Free Neo Babylon. Go watch it. Listen to it. It's a listen podcast, not a watch podcast. I mean, you can watch it, but that's just watching the progress bar, which I get sometimes is a thing that people gotta do. Sometimes you just want to watch that progress bar tick by. Oh, Chet, if you are still listening, I did go back and play Leave It Alone again, just to get the don't turn on any of the vents achievement, because I've got a sickness in my brain, and it really just needed to veg out with some leaves. Yeah. Actually wasn't that bad, but I did almost break the game a few times. Because what I would do is I would just rake up the entire area into one pile, and then just pick it up constantly and throw out the leaves, which was great, except sometimes the leaves would compress to the point where it'd be just a tiny little pile, and then as soon as you start taking any leaves, it explodes outwards, and almost bricked the game a couple times. Right. You are not dinging. Why are you not dinging? Are you not dinging because... there's that. Okay. Oh, well, it's also probably this section here, because this is also the roof. Oh, I also did go back and get the achievement for chucking the leaf bag into the basketball hoop. Because I found a $6 game, and I went to town with it. I always forget. I don't know if this is an English term or not. Like a British English. Because, calling these things dormers. I don't think I've ever seen it called that way in the U.S., but I don't think I've ever bothered to care about what these things are called. You ding already? Thank you. Oh, I watched the new Starfleet Academy show. At least the first 2 episodes that are out. It's okay. I'll give it an okay. I wish. Checking, make sure to turn the space heater. I wish we didn't need the standard character trope that they've been doing now, because like the main character is was raised on the streets and is street smart, not book smart, but is still a genius and doesn't want to be there in Starfleet Academy. Like maybe it's just the GM in me. Like I get irritated when someone doesn't want to participate with the rest of the class, essentially. Like like if this was an RPG character, I would strangle the player. Because he's like constantly going off and doing his own thing. He's trying to cut classes, not paying attention in classes. It's like, come on, just I'm watching a show called Starfleet Academy because I'm interested in Starfleet Academy. I'm not interested in your personal baggage. Starfleet Obsessed One thinks pretty much the same thing. He called it Star Trek Degrassi, and he's not wrong. It is very Degrassi. Like you can tell the the love triangles that are forming and the dude bro comeuppances that are gonna happen. It's just yeah, but like it's an interesting take. Rob Ricardo is back, who was the holographic doctor on Voyager, who's a fan favorite. I adore him as a person and as a character. I like Star Wars, but I hate the focus on yes, like it's or the fact that it's got to be someone in the Skywalker line or who it deals with it, like it's only ever that time period, and it's frustrating. Same thing with me and Starfleet. It's like I don't want to there. It's a very interesting take. This is spoilers for Discovery that I got spoiled because I don't watch Discovery and I don't plan to watch Discovery. But like when they do the time jump into the future, there's some mutant or something like that that like burns all the dilithium crystals in the galaxy away, and makes so they stop working. And so for like 100 years, Starfleet has to be on like a war footing as they try to like recover and take care of what few planets they can reach. And that's such a fun and interesting idea of recovering after that. And instead, what we're getting is, dude bro who wants to find his mom. Understandably wants to find his mom. In his place, I would also want to find his mom. But I would love it if they each had their own like we got to explore everyone's reasons for coming to Starfleet, and we may get there. That is a whole possibility of us getting there, and just me being harsh over the first 2 episodes. But the first 2 episodes have been pretty much solely about this one guy and how he doesn't want to be there, and they give us characters that are somewhat interesting, but they all feel background at this point, and it's like I don't want them to be background. I want to know more about them. I want to know the trouble that they're going through. Like there's a Klingon that doesn't want to fight. He wants to be a medical officer. That seems fun. There is the world's first like holographic student, like a hologram that or photonic. Sorry, they she and her colony prefer to call it photonics. It's a hologram that's programmed to learn and is being essentially given the body of a 17-year-old and memories enough to reach up to there, but after that will like learn and evolve on her own. Like that's a fun aspect, and I want to see that. But the more at least the first 2 episodes, it seems to be genuinely like all we're gonna get is him. There's plenty of good references. I do enjoy them, like in fun little like cameos. For example, the digital dean of students who essentially is a voice on an announcement thing that is telling people to, like, go to the different, like, halls and cafes and things on campus, is Stephen Colbert. And it's fun listening to him just be like, Specialist Krebs, please return back. You have not yet finished your physical, or whatever the hell it was. Like, there's fun little things that I really do enjoy. I just really hope that, like, this main character can get his head out of his ass and actually want to be at Starfleet. And, like, it's not saying I don't understand his motives, but part of me also realizes, hey, guess what? You wrote this. You created this character specifically for this show. This is not like an existing character you've brought in. So, you're the ones that are projecting these to this writers. Also, I just realized that the Night of Seven Kingdoms came out yesterday, didn't it? Crap, there's a new Game of Thrones show I gotta watch on HBO. I really enjoyed the Duncan Egg stories that this is based off of. The idea, the concept of a hedge knight is such a fantastic idea. Just a common folk who got turned into a knight and then has to still deal with, all the prejudices and all the fun stuff like that. And hell, I believe this first season possibly is going to be dealing with the story of the Hedge Knight, and that is such a good story. Also, I will say this because I know Martin recently. Oh, hold on. We have more things. Curious. Several hairs from a British short hair have transferred from your person to my windowsill. Well, there's a reason for that. We have kittens. It appears you still have possession of the mayor's cat. I do. Oh, are you going to legally fight for me to have this cat? I will absolutely do this for free if that's the case. But yeah, I know Martin recently made an announcement that The Winds of Winter is behind schedule and nowhere near completion, and also that no one else will finish his thing if he dies. And you know what? Good. I get so irritated with everyone freaking out about how, like, every time he mentions doing anything that's not writing the damn books, like him and Patrick Rothfuss, I get so frustrated with people that I want him to just be like, no, screw it, no more, we're done. Like, we got the ending we got, folks. That was a bad one. If he changes that, great. If he manages to finish the books, that's fantastic. He owes us nothing. He owes us not a goddamn thing. Leave the man alone. I'll be honest. If I was somebody who got absolutely harassed every time I mentioned anything on social media or showed up and did anything, I would also be like, no, fuck this, we're not doing that. No, I'm not finishing the story now. Yes, someone we know's favorite movie. Absolutely. I still harass him with that to this day. For those who aren't into the joke, I can totally make fun of this because I don't think I ever watched my streams or my YouTube videos. My brother despises A Knight's Tale. I don't think he gets how much of a comedy it's supposed to be. Like, I think he thinks that it's supposed to be, like, somewhat serious, but also humorous, instead of just being just a blatant out-and-out ridiculousness. So he rails against the shenanigans that happen in Knight's Tale, and it's always fun to watch. look, I'm a little brother. If I don't make my older brother insanely angry at times, am I doing that job right? It's called the Lance Flow. Um, Hell, I also got my older brother into Stormlight Archive, and made him listen to all 5 of the books, and he hates me for it because he got super invested, and there are certain characters in those books he absolutely despises, and it's hilarious to watch him just rave against it. Like, to the point where my brother is steadfastly refusing to read the Mistborn series because as of current stream, as of right now, in the year of our Lord 2026, I guess in the common era of 2026, there are 7 books in the Mistborn series. Normal sized books, not the monsters that are Stormlight Archive books, but there are 7 books in the Mistborn series over 2 eras. He's currently writing the 3rd era of Mistborn stories, and after that one, there's going to be at least one more era, and then possibly a second era he's going to write for a total of quite possibly 16 books in the entire series as a whole, because 16 is an important number in the world of Mistborn, just like 10 is an important number in Stormlight Archive. But the big thing about Mistborn that I truly love is that time passes intentionally. The initial project was because you have things like Lord of the Rings, where like 1,000 years ago, when the ring was first thing, it's the same level of tech that it is right now, and Sanderson was like, that shouldn't be. So he intentions making a world. So the first Mistborn trilogy is very like Renaissance era fantasy stuff. The second Mistborn trilogy, or quadrilogy, because there's 4 books in that, is Wild West and like 1920s. The 3rd era that he's currently writing is in the 1980s, and is dealing with like hacker culture and like computing and things like that. And the final planned era is like full on space opera, like getting to Star Trek. So taking this magic system and this world and taking it from Renaissance all the way up to Star Trek. And what happens with the world and what changes that leads us to that point. Because 16 is an important number, and someone pointed him out that if he wrote just one more trilogy of books, he'd have 16. There is the potential for him to do a cyberpunk series as well, set between the era 3 and era currently 4, turning into era 5. And so it'd be so much fun to see, and I can't wait. I'm so excited to see like how these worlds change. Like already, so in the magic of Mistborn, part of it is like being able to push and pull metals away from you, and they're figuring out how to do that with technology as well. So by the time of this is spoilers for the Ghostbloods era. By the time we get to their equivalent of the 1980s. Hey, welcome on in, Titan. And yes, you do. So yeah, by the time you get to the 80s, they have flying cars, because it's easier and more fuel efficient for them to use their version of magic to make the cars push against the roads than it is to like have fossil fuels. And that's such a fun concept, and the way the world changes. I cannot wait. We are currently cleaning the house. Ah, crap. of a very litigious lawyer who might help us later on. That's not working. Alright, let's do this instead. Actually, I'm just going to go in here, and I'm just going to do this part, and I'll do the outside later. Everyone do me a favor, because I'm going to mess with Titan for a bit. Everyone in the sound of my voice, and if you're watching this on YouTube later on, say it in the comments. Wish Titan a happy birthday, because it's the birthday today. Okay. I love the architecture of this house. Well, I've been perceived. I'm gonna head out. Yep, I figured. Yeah, Zavian, about that. The mayor's been demanding Ulysses back. Where do we stand? Yes. Let's keep the cat. Fight the mayor. Well, did you have an official transfer of guardianship? If not, then I'm afraid he has a case. We do, actually. We have a text message. I better have saved my text messages from the last game. Yes, Amber, fuck the mayor. We didn't. Okay, no, we did. The mayor texted us. Damn it. I have played this game enough to know. The mayor texted and said, if you can find the cat, you can keep it. The mayor said the words in a text message. Why did I not save it from between the games? Oh no, this is over a cat, but it's not official. It would, if the mayor has texted it, we can confirm it came from the mayor. It would count as an official transfer of ownership. Or at least it would in U.S. law. This is the benefits of having a lawyer for a brother. Because there are times when him and I have needed to do contracts, and we've done it over text. But it's not official. The gnomes erased everything. Get the gnome army together. We marched the mayor and dog. I mean, I had the gnome army from the tea house. That was fun. I don't think there's a gnome in this board, if I remember correctly. Which is kind of sad. I mean, I'm down to fight the mayor. I have, considering the fact that oh god, no. No. So the next job I have is for the mayor. Oh god, I don't want this game to do this to me. So, for people who don't realize why I'm freaking out, you have, let me finish this up real quick because I'm right here. Oh, there's a gnome. Right. Hey, buddy. We have Bubbles. And Squeak. And most importantly, we have Ulysses. Ulysses is the mayor's former cat. And they come with me on the jobs. So the next time when I have to do the job, if I'm doing a job for the mayor, they might. Oh God, I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate this so much. So that job might be to kidnap my cats, and then I have to fight and get them back. I love the name of Bubbles and Squeak. Because it's a twofold pun. So Bubbles and Squeaky Clean being cleaning puns. And then also Bubble and Squeak is a British food where you put like cabbage in mashed potatoes. Power Wash Sim 3 will be rated T because you power wash the mare. I mean, I'm down. Okay. For those of you who don't remember, and if you are subbed, go ahead and check out your emotes, because one of them is a cat lore emote. And the reason I have a cat lore emote is because in Power Wash Simulator 1, at the start of the game, Ulysses goes missing. And it causes the entire damn town to go insane. So every time the cat was mentioned, because it was a community demand, a community goal for, I think, reaching affiliated. So every time the cat was mentioned, whether it was a missing cat poster or someone mentioned Ulysses in text, everyone would spam cat lore emotes in the chat. Also, by the way, the mayor still thinks that Ulysses is male. Ulysses had kittens and is clearly female. So, like, every time the mayor mentions Ulysses, the mayor says he, and every time everyone else, like all the people who know and love Ulysses, they say she. The mayor is a dillweed. He's also was the one that was working, like he embezzled money and was working for the working with the Elon Musk wannabe dude. Okay, so let's do this. We are gonna get as close as possible. Actually, let's see over here. Oh no, they're all individual pieces. Well, there goes my hope that I was going to finish up this section and ding the whole thing. Now I gotta do all the 50 bits. Oh no, peoples. I don't know what I'm standing on at the moment. That's a weird sensation. What am I on? Oh, there's a balcony here. I'm just floating in midair. So yeah, I despise the mayor in general, and now he's trying to take my cat, and he's probably going to take my cat, and that's probably the whole reason they gave you the ability to pet said cat. So that is aggravating to me, is that you gave me the thing of bringing cats on jobs and petting the cats just so you can take the cats away. And now I'm gonna have to like burn the mayor's house to the ground. We're gonna hook up gasoline instead of water to my pressure washer, and I'm just gonna burn his house to the ground. I'll start a riot. I have been listening to a lot of Poor Man's Poison lately, and it is definitely affecting my mood. I'm not gonna stop listening to Poor Man's Poison. I enjoy it. But there is definitely an edge that has been developing. I've been having a rough couple of weeks. Listening to dark country music does not help. Listening to music about, drinking the whiskey and leaving people buried in the woods super doesn't help. But who said we wanted to help, folks? We're 85% done. It has been 49 minutes. Wait. What Oliver was barking, and I came back to burying people. I've been listening to a lot of Poor Man's Poison, the band. They went viral as a TikTok noise. I am the righteous hand of God. I am the devil that you forgot. Um, and it's been definitely affecting my mood. Maybe not in the best of ways, but one of their songs, "The Woods," is about three people go into the woods and two people walking out of those woods. So we might have to introduce the mayor to some woods later on. Two man and a cat walk into the woods. One man and a cat walk out. Exactly. There's the big thing I'm looking for. Give me just a second. Just want to double check. My phone, make sure the world isn't ending out there in TV land. Also, I should not be this invested in a game about power washing, and yet I am. Like earlier when we were doing a job for the park warden, and I got super mad at him because Parky's a douchebag, keeps on letting the places get too bad for the kids. Come on, roof. Powerwash do sim radicalizing? No, that's you. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely. Follow the gnomes, burn the mayor to the ground. Did you just ding already? Thank you. No, we're at 90% already. We may start the second one. Depends on how long it takes us to finish this last 10%. Is my phone buzzing? Let me just double check some stuff. No. This is okay. over here. You can go there, there. Big dings. Come on. I do love the architecture of this house. All the big swooping curves. I am a sucker for a good set of curves. Don't put that. Make so many jokes will refrain. That is fair. How are you still dirty? Well, I'm hitting that button. There we go. Come on, you. That's not helping me at all. Why are you not staying here? Come on. What? Seriously? What is going on in your life? How is this the struggle bus for us? Okay. That's done. Come on, game. There's always that moment when you get to the end of a section and you're like, oh no, is it not gonna ding? Did I miss something? Am I gonna go have to, and then it dings, and it's like, okay, that's fine. Alright, we're officially hit. It's 95% is when it officially happens. Gotcha. It's when we start getting the little notifications of where the dirt is, and they start glowing. So this should ding separately from that. Those two big things for me. Come on. I know what you need to do. Just ding for me. We're at 99%, but we haven't gotten the list yet. So we still have, what, more than 4, I want to say? Let's go to the level real quick. I'm sure that part of that is here. There's that ding. There's that ding. Okay. Uh-huh. Not what I intended. There we go. Always check your undercarriage, folks. There we go. You're gonna get the thing? You're gonna make it get the thing, aren't you? There's the big ding. Really, the handle? That thing. Interesting. How do I get up there? Here. Okay, this is the rear. Just, I know this is weird and cute. Front door and a window and wall. go. Big stretch. I was rather hoping to employ the hilarious refrain. You've missed a bit and back it up with a photographic evidence, but you didn't, so I can't. Impressive. Xavier. Well, thank you, Xavier. Let's go to home base. Let's check to see what we have new in the furniture, and then we'll clean that up, and then we'll call the stream there. There you are. There's the squeaks. And the bubbles. And the Ulysses. Go to this first. Furniture catalog. Ooh, acoustic piano. And remember, folks, it's okay to power wash an acoustic piano. And that totally will not destroy the damn mechanisms. Again, this is so stupid, but I love the different water effects they have now. Like, it's not just the constant spraying water on the mat to whatever. Like, you can see the water running off the piano. It really gives a feel for different textures. Cleaning the top of it, probably. They're not just going to let us get away with not having to jump on top of this damn thing. Again, perfectly normal thing to do when you're cleaning your piano is to jump on top of it and then power wash directly down to the mechanisms. Yeah, we get to add a fancy piano to my futuristic lobby here. I'm sure the cats will not walk all over at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like my actual cats do. On my actual piano. There we go. Alrighty. Yes, kitties. So we're going to call that there. We'll be back Wednesday for more. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you've gotten this far in the YouTube video, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Every little bit helps. And as always, thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for breaking my cow lamp. Have a good one. Oh, I did not do this part. Have a good one.